It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is Bonfire with Sword and Stone for AOR Rocks in the chat room.
Wow. I can't say that I've heard a Bonfire tune in forever.
Yeah, there you go. Probably their most popular commercial hit.
Yeah, I don't remember them at all being commercial. But...
Well, for the minor hits that they had, that's probably their most popular one. How's that?
Who was in that band? Anybody of note?
Not anybody that I could name.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Bonfire.
Sure. Well, anyway, dude, before we get into this next segment, I just wanted to bring something up. I know you're aware of it, but I don't know that you've heard it.
Okay.
But our young protege, Mikey, is now doing radio.
Shepherd Podcast Revisit?
No, he's actually on a FM radio station at his college.
Does he say fuck and shit and cunt?
No, it is a licensed radio station, so it's not like a podcast that he could get away with that. He's actually broadcast over the air.
He's on what? WRU or whatever?
I'll tell you what it is here.
RUW or something?
Yeah, it's 90. I think it's 91.9 or something like that.
Mount Union, right?
Yeah. But he has a show on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
That is on every Wednesday. I've been working with him for about the last month.
Okay.
To help him develop his show.
I have not heard it yet. I've been meaning to, but you know my schedule, dude.
Yeah, I know.
There just hasn't been a minute of time.
Yeah, but it's only an hour show.
Okay.
And he does his show is called The B-Sides.
Okay.
What he likes to concentrate on is the stuff that wasn't necessarily popular, but might have been the B-side to a popular song.
All right,
and he does a good job at it. It's WRMU 91.9 FM.
All right, great.
And you can go and listen to it on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
But the deal is you can't listen on your phone? Is that right?
No, you can. You can.
Oh, can you? I thought he said that you couldn't.
He said you couldn't, but then, I went ahead and just clicked on the link there, and it took me right to, they're on TuneIn.
Oh, well, yeah, you can definitely listen.
Yeah, so it's 91.9 WRMU.
Okay.
And his first show, he did it on his own, and it was okay.
All right.
But I helped him with his production and with his editing and his software, because he had some really hard edits in his first show.
Okay.
To where, he wasn't able to mix his breaks into the music and stuff. And I kind of taught him how to edit the music in under his breaks, like 10 seconds in and 10 seconds out.
What do they call those? 5-second ins, 5-second outs?
Yeah, it's where he's able to, hit the post or, do a little talk over and things like that.
Right,
and
sure.
he really smoothed out his show in the last 3 weeks.
Well, that's great.
And listening to the other kids who are on this radio station, Mikey's into his 4th show coming this week.
Okay.
Head and shoulders above everybody who's on that station.
Who's better? Mikey or the Moose?
Oh, Mikey by far. By far.
That's great. Mikey's been doing it 1 month.
Yeah, he's been doing it a month.
And the guy that went to broadcasting school, not as much.
Yeah. The thing is that I taught Mikey how to do the edits and the breaks and all that kind of stuff. I've been working with him for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been doing some Skype chats, and I've been teaching him how to do, use the editing software and things like that. And every week he just gets better and better.
Have you considered offering this class to the Moose?
The Moose could definitely benefit from that. But yeah, so if you want to go check out Mikey, he's on, it's called Mount Union Radio. It's WRMU 91.9. or 90. Shoot, it's 91.1 WRMU.
Just look up WRMU on TuneIn, and you'll be there.
Yeah, that's true. And he's on at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and it's a 1 hour show, and he does like 3 or 4. I think he does 4 breaks. I think he does 2 breaks every half hour.
Okay.
And he covers the 60s, 70s, and the 80s.
Oh, good. So it's like good music too.
Yeah. So he starts off from the 60s, plays, a few tunes there, talks a little bit about the artist and the song, and then he gets into the 70s, and then he gets into the 80s, and then he ends the show.
Hey, that's Three Dog Night. Yeah, the guy whose cock exploded.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah. So yeah, he does a pretty good job for a kid who doesn't have any real practical experience, or, he's not in a radio class, as it were. He's just did this on his own.
Okay.
And he's recording it from his house directly to his PC, and editing his music into the breaks and things like that. So it's a pre-recorded show, and they basically put it in rotation and run it at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
If it's a pre-record, it must suck.
Well, it's actually pretty good. So, because I've been involved with it since his first show and to where it was this week, 100% improvement.
That's cool. Tell him that if I remember and if you remind me, I will be the judge for myself this week. I will make a point to listen on Wednesday.
Well, since you didn't get to hear the first show, and this is going to be his 4th show, I think you're going to be impressed with what he brings to the table, because he's improved from week 1.
How is he on the mic?
He's real good. He started off the first show where he was very scripted. Right. And, he was kind of doing the whole Shadow Steel Wikipedia thing.
Right, sure.
That was Jefferson Airplane. Jefferson Airplane started off in the San Francisco, acid rock scene. Grace Slick was the first, Grace Slick was their lead vocal, and blah, 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 blah,
Dude, relax.
Yeah. Well, now he's down to just making quick notes about the bands, and then just sort of trying to like ad-lib a little bit more of his own input on it.
That was always the thing we tried to work with him on, and he never listened when he was doing the reviews.
Sure.
He always came into the reviews and said, there were 10 tracks on this, and it's 43 minutes and 18 seconds.
Exactly.
And the band members are this guy, that guy, that guy, and this guy.
Right. Well, he just got down to real facts and, brass tacks and everything. But this past week, his 3rd show, he just made quick notes, and then he tried to speak about it very, in a very relaxed way.
All right, excellent.
Instead of being the Wikipedia guy.
Oh, that's good.
So he's working on it. It's a work in progress, but I guarantee you this show this week will probably, be his best so far.
He needs to repackage it as Hot for Teacher and bring that hot teacher.
Right.
Right. That would be a show.
Right.
A TV show, that is.
I agree with that.
Boy, that's a hot piece of... I mean, a very hot educated...
Yeah, she was a very respectful teacher.
She really was.
Yeah, it wasn't that she wasn't wearing a very tight dress and very low cleavage. And
no, none of us even noticed those 36Cs.
No, not at all.
I didn't notice those at all, did you?
I didn't notice the ultra white teeth and the very,
the ass.
Yeah, the very nice skin and the very shapely legs. And I didn't notice any of that.
A perfect heart-shaped bumper. Didn't notice that even a little bit.
Or as Jim Norton would say, the finely sculpted turd cutter.
Yeah, well, she did have a turd cutter that I'd like to test.
Right.
So to speak. I'd love to stick something in there and see if she could push through it.
Right.